Indian defense industry was heavily dependent on importings. So importing drones and military tech. We have everything which is required, to make our own. We are making cars, we are making a lot of stuff. But if you see the gap in defense industry, there was huge. We were importing a lot of and relying. And currently the geopolitical situation you have in the world, you have to be Atmanirbhar.
Hey everyone, I welcome you back to another episode of Founder Spotlight series on behalf of Tracxn, where we invite various startup co-founders to share their journey, some sort of insights, and some kind of advice to the youngsters who have startup dreams. Well, today with me is Mr. Pawan Khatri, who is the founder and CEO of DroneVerse. Hi Pawan, how are you doing today?
Hi, very well. Very well. Hope you're doing great, and thank you so much for inviting me.
First of all, I welcome you on behalf of the entire Tracxn family, and thank you so much for making some time out of your busy schedule. Well, my name is Supayan Dasgupta. I am heading the entire startup vertical over here. Now, let's get started with this podcast. To start with, we would love to understand what was the basis for finding your startup called DroneVerse. What is DroneVerse all about? You can start with some sort of backstory behind it.
Right. So I'll give you a quick background on what DroneVerse is. DroneVerse is a defense manufacturing OEM company. We are based out of Gurgaon. Our manufacturing is in Jaipur. We started in 2022, and we are currently supporting our defense industry, mostly Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, police services. We started in 2022 as a training organization, which is an authorization from DGCA. So we got approval from DGCA to start a training for drones. And then currently we are one of the largest in terms of drone and counter drone training in India. We have more than 10 centers across India where we do pilot training, where anyone who's very new to drone industry can just come to our centers, learn theory, simulators, real world flying, get a basic knowledge, get a license to fly drones legally in India. And then eventually from training, we move to products, wherein we are currently making drones, in short, UAS, which is unmanned aerial systems. We have multiple different platforms for drones. Then we are also manufacturing counter drone systems. So that's pretty much what we do. We have sold more than 1,000 plus drones across Indian Army. We have trained more than 10,000 Army personnel across India. We do a lot of infrastructure for our defense forces, where we establish training nodes for them, where we handhold them, and they can just do the training what we do in their locations.
Understood. Fantastic. So I think it will not be bad to say that you are actually contributing to the national security of our country, right?
Absolutely. Our prime focus is on our defense forces. We are a defense company. We are a defense manufacturer, part of SIDM, which is a Society of Defense Manufacturing, FICCI, Drone Federation of India. So.
Understood. Tell me this: why drone? Why you have chosen this segment? And one part of this segment is also called as military tech. Okay, in our terms, right? What was the problem statement that caught your attention maybe 3 years back, 4 years back, when you started this company called DroneVerse, right? And did you see some sort of gap over there, right? Would love to understand from your side.
Right. See, drone is anyways a very new sector for not just for India, for me, or anywhere. So it is a very new evolving sector where drones are solving a lot of problems which are currently as a national security, disaster management, long range ISR surveillance. So with drones, there is, we identify this pretty earlier. I have a background with the corporate. I worked with one of the large real estate company called JLL. I was with the co-works, so my background was completely different. However, my father was in Air Force, and being a defense kid, I was always wanted to do something with defense, and then drones just came up, uh, pretty new and interesting field. And currently, if you see all across news, all across the world, drones are the things to talk about. So, and that's pretty much the way we started. And currently we are around 75 people team, where half of my team, more than 75%, are engineers who are building those drone. And especially, if you see Indian defense industry, this was heavily dependent on importing drones and military tech. And there was, and we have everything which is required, to make our own. We are making cars, we are making a lot of stuff. But if you see the gap in defense industry, there was huge. We were importing a lot of and relying, and currently the geopolitical situation you have in the world, you have to be atmanirbhar. So that is where we started, and that is what we are following, to manufacture each and every component in India.
Fantastic. Great to hear that. Anything specific that you'd be very much excited about in the next 12 months of your journey in your startup? Would love to hear from your side. Anything specific which we should be aware as an audience, right? What DroneVerse will be up to 12 months down the line.
We will be doing a lot of we are doing a lot of projects. I mean, I cannot disclose those because of limitations from the defense industry. However, we are focusing a lot on counter drones, where we have to protect our critical infrastructure. We are doing a lot of AI based drones, which can be easily manned. I mean, you don't need too much of human involvement, and you can just do the missions. Let it be ISR, let it be kamikaze. So that is pretty few big projects we are coming. I mean, we have recently tested our swarm technology with Tashi Network. So it's a Singapore-based autonomous platform, which is where each drone, if you take let's say 20, 30 drones, 50 drones, 100 drones, so they don't need human intervention. So they can talk to each other, they can complete the mission. If one drone is not able to complete the mission, let's say battery is down, some issue, it is taken down, then the others know exactly, and what is happening to the other drone, and the mission is completed irrespective. So you will hear a couple of good things, what we are doing very soon.
Got it. Fantastic. Talking the same topic ahead, you spoke about AI, right? Over the last so many years, in the last 2, 3 years, I would say we have seen a great impact of AI in every ecosystem. How AI has impacted your work in terms of operations, I would say, if you can throw some light over there.
In terms of operations, in terms of company operations, um, we are not using it way too much, given our clients. And in terms of military tech, yes, we are using a lot of tech. All our products are AI based. There are libraries which are learning. We have developed few C2 models, softwares, where if you show them once or you train them once, they know exactly that this is your drone, this is flying there. And if you want to take down any drone, it knows that this is my drone and this is not, this is enemy's drone. So we are using a lot of AI in all our products.
Understood. Very interesting. Now
Yeah.
tell me this, when you started this journey 3, 4 years back, right, in your first year of operations, I'm sure you have gone through a lot of challenges. Do you remember any couple of those challenges which was very hard to be solved? If you can throw some light over there, that will be helpful for not from this context, but also from the context of various other drone related startups, probably who are solving something else. For example, you are solving something for the defense, right? Maybe the similar kind of company is solving something for, I would say, B2C part, right? Any kind of challenge which you remember, which was very, very difficult to be tackled that point of time, 3 years back?
See, so the biggest challenge I would say any startup founder will to get the initial team. I mean, it is very difficult when you are starting your journey to get right people, I would say, or someone
Right
who
people for the right job. This is what you're trying to
right
say.
people for the right job and for believing in your mission. So because you are new, the company is new, and the person who's going to be joining in, he has it's a gambling for them also. I would not say that because they have to choose either for going for a big company, big large corporates, or choose a startup. So they also have to play a bet. So initially, that I think getting right people for a right job, and the initial journey would be a little challenging for but if you find someone, just keep keep with them for a long time. And then finances, of course, the finance is something which needs to be very taken care of. Where you are spending, how you're spending. uh, Without spending also you don't grow, but spending right places is also very important. So that is, finance is one part, employee is one part. And I think for the initial journey for 2 3 years is always going to be hard, but then it starts getting easier once you have tractions, once you have regular clients. So that's what I would add.
Got it. Got it. Very interesting. Now, given your stage of the company,
And with defense, I mean, if I tell you specifically for defense sector, cracking clients are very difficult, and there is lot of compliances are required. There is a lot of traveling is required. So there are challenges with a lot of departments you need to work with. And you need to, as a new founder, you are always, every day you're learning. So once you're coming from corporate, things work differently. With the government, it works differently. So it just takes little time, but if you have a right mindset, I think you will find your way.
understood. Very interesting to know this, right? Now, given your stage of company, I think you founded this company 3, 4 years back, right? At this moment, if I give you 3 to 4 different options, you can just let me know which one is there in your mind right now, whether it's fundraise, whether it's, let's say, increasing the manpower for some operational stuffs, or whether it's focusing only on revenue. Which one is at the moment in your priority list?
To be honest, my priority is on more on R&D. You know, uh, Revenues are not a problem. Team is also, given we have such a large talented people in India, especially people coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities. They have lot of talent, and they want to work hard. Only thing is they need a right opportunity, right platform, right motivation. And if you give them those, I think India, you don't need to be worried on the manpower side. You can scale it up very pretty easily. We have a lot of good institutes which are churning, good engineers. So uh, finance, I think India is also a very big capital market. If you're doing right, raising money is also not a problem. Um, uh, However, I would, only thing with my focus would be on more on R&D. That the things are moving way too fast in defense sector. So bringing new products, spending on those products, uh, showcasing your capabilities. That is where, I want more startups to build a product. Then rather than, just think about finance and the team, those things can still be managed, but a product speaks for itself. So if you build a very strong product which end user is happy and his job is getting solved, so you have solved most of the thing. Rest, the other people, let it be good talent or finance, they will follow you.
Got it. Got it. Talking about R&D, which you have mentioned just now, uh, if I can classify R&D into two parts, one R&D is pertaining to the product, and one R&D, I would say it is all about understanding the market in which you are into, the drone segment, right? I'm sure a few years back you would have done some sort of research on the similar kind of players in the market. I don't know if you have seen some sort of insights from there, what the similar kind of players would have gone through, or maybe you would have done some sort of competitor analysis before you entered this territory, right? If you
Right.
can throw some light over there, how did you do this benchmarking? I would say.
See, there is, when looking at especially looking at a defense industry, uh, you know, we are a large country and we have a not so friendly neighbors. So there'll be always a requirement for defense modernization, which is going to be there. And then all across the world, there is a huge opportunity for exports. Given our price competitive in India, how price competitive we are. So there is a lot of opportunity within country and then outside country. So we have done, earlier, if you say, couple of years before, there were only large, old school organizations which were making big systems for defense. However, the world has changed a lot after the drones and AI and autonomous mission has come in, wherein a smaller company with let's say 5 people making a software which is going to be very useful in solving the problem can be much useful for our defense forces or across the world.
Understood. Now, if I can just change the topic a bit, okay, and from a very generic context, I'm asking this question: what do you feel as a founder yourself, or a startup founder, if I may say, yourself, that what should be the right time for any other founder who has just started their company in the last 2 3 years, right, and is totally bootstrapped, should think about funding? Okay, why he should think about funding? What should be the trigger for him, and what are the do's and don'ts during that thought process, as per you?
See, not just 2 3 years. Funding should be thought on day one, because you can invest to a certain limit. Everyone has a limitations. You cannot put everything. You can't sell your house, and I would not recommend that to anyone. uh, However, a funding should be thought, but it should be planned pretty much. Okay, for 1 year, 2 years, I need this much fund, and let's get friends and family. Like we started as a friends and family. They supported us, so we invested. Then friends and family. So our company, we did our first round last year only. It was just friends and family, and and that's where we build this. And then when we needed a amount to scale it up, then only we raised a fund. So as much as possible, but yes, you need funding. May not be a large amount. At you should not think that I'll get this kind of money and then only I will do this. But you should be sensible enough that okay, I need 1 year of expenses. This is going to be very clear with my expenses. My outflow is going to be this much, my revenue is going to be this much. Okay, let's get some funding. So if your product is right, your team is right, I think there should not be an issue of raising a fund.
Understood. Understood. Very interesting. Now, here comes the last question for today, right? And that is, since we have very recently been onboarded on the platform of Tracxn, right? How are you looking at this entire market intelligence platform for your startup journey?
Absolutely. I mean, we thank you so much, for onboarding us. And we are with the platform, we are able to see what this industry is moving with side, how many investors are interested in, what is our competition doing, what is our the funding thing. So I think just to give you a overall perspective about the industry in India, I mean, this kind of platform is really helpful, because since India is a very big country, we don't know what's happening in the other part of the country. So having a platform like this is really helpful. And we appreciate your team for putting such a nice platform where everything is so simplified, so easy for us to do our strategy. So it is really helpful for our on the strategy side.
Got it. So basically, you're talking about the market tracking part, right?
Yeah.
Which becomes very much important in the journey of any startup co-founder, right?
Yes.
Great, great, Pawan. I think we have to stop here today, right? I was really enjoying having this conversation, and knowing your company DroneVerse was really fantastic, and what you are exactly, right? We would love to come back to you maybe in 2027 to touch base on your success story one more time. Okay.
Absolutely.
Till then, stay tuned. Wonderful talking to you, and I wish you all the very best to you and your team.
Thank you so much, Pawan. Pleasure talking to you.